Hello, Anton the Wailing Banshee here, and I have another unboxing. I have the DVD version of the horror pack. So that is $19.99 a month plus shipping, and then they send you out 4 movies. They do send out hints and talk about different things on their Facebook page and things like that, but I don't really look at those because I don't really want to know about what's inside, because there's people speculating, and then, well, that's just not me. So they do have that up there as an option for people, but I don't really look at it. So I opened it up, took it out of the big box. So let's see what we got in this month's DVD version of the horror pack. First movie is Devil May Call, and you won't see him coming, apparently. Second one is Tremors. Now, there's no way I don't own a copy of this movie, but can't really hold that against them. Tremors. Third one is Orlock the Vampire. Some sort of a special edition version of it, or some version of it, I should say. I guess I'll have more to do with that when I do the second part of the video. And the last one is Thirst. Sorry, trying to get the glare off. And I may have an old copy that I have because I never returned it to Blockbuster when it came out, but I think I remember actually liking that movie. So those are the DVDs from this month's horror pack. Alright, it is time for the evaluation portion of the DVD version of horror pack, which I'm sure you need me to remind you of because it's directly connected to the first part of the video. So this is the evaluation portion. And as usual, I go over the movies in the order of how excited I was to receive them. And while I haven't managed to really get around to doing many reviews, I do plan to do more reviews, and I do plan to review all movies that come in horror packs when I manage to stop procrastinating and actually get around to doing it. Anyway, so the first movie we got was Tremors, and this one gets the lowest spot for a couple of reasons. One, I'm sure I own a copy of this movie. And two, while it could be argued that there are some horror elements, I would consider this more sci-fi comedy than strictly horror, which is really the reasons that it gets that spot, because it is a good movie. You've got the giant man-eating underground creatures that attack the small town of Perfection, Nevada, and the citizens, along with a couple of people who happen to be around, have to deal with this menace. And it stars Kevin Bacon, and it's just generally a kind of a classic film from that era. If not classic, then at least cult classic. The only reason that it got its rating that it did is because as I said before, not necessarily my definition of horror, and well, I own it. But anyway, about this one, and I had to search a little bit to find this version. You can get this collector's edition. Not quite sure what makes it the collector's edition, but you can get that for $7.92 on Amazon. You can also get the Attack Pack, which has movies 1 through 4 for $7.50. Not sure what's the difference between the two. If I don't know if the 4-pack has, cuts out the special features or not. I'm really not sure. But on Amazon, but on eBay, I found that you could get this movie for around $6 plus shipping. So I guess right around 9 or 10. The next movie is Thirst. I also happen to own this one, and not because I didn't return it from Blockbuster for so long that they just sold it to me. But that is a story about a priest who is turned into a vampire because of a blood transfusion, and he has to deal with his bloodlust, and a love affair sort of begins to grow between him and, well, someone else. It's been a long time since I saw that movie. It should be noted that it did win the 2009 Jury Prize at Cannes. It should also, and it is from the director of Old Boy. It should also be mentioned that this movie is in Korean and does not appear to have a dub. So if you want to watch it, you have to watch it in Korean with English subtitles. Not really a problem for me, but some people are not big fans. So I thought I'd mention that. You can find this on eBay from around $49 and on Amazon for $4.70. So then the third movie is Orlock the Vampire in 3D, put out by Quality Cheesy Productions. At least this particular version of it was. I don't really know if there's a 2D version of this or not. I know there's definitely tons of 2D versions that exist. Also comes with a couple of pairs of the generic 3D glasses. So this movie also goes by Nosferatu and is basically Dracula. It so closely resembles Dracula that a lawsuit was actually filed by, I believe, the widow of Bram Stoker when they tried to release this movie, because it is from the 20s, and that would make sense because I think Dracula, the book, came out around 1897, right around there. So, which is why it is Orlock the Vampire and not Dracula. I'm also pretty sure that's a silent movie. 99%. I think I've tried to get through it, and I just sort of ended up stopping. It's not necessarily bad, I just haven't managed to finish it. So I'll have to give that version a try. It also has an introduction by Lloyd Kaufman of the Trauma Company. So I guess that's their added bonus feature. I'm not sure. I guess it's just his take on the movie. I don't know. So since that one is a 3D version, and it's just that particular version, I didn't really find that particular version, but Nosferatu is widely released, and I think it's on a couple of places that you can easily stream it. But I found on Amazon, I found it for $12.99. You could also get, not the 3D version, but in a 50 pack that was $15. and then it was going on eBay for like $4 to $5. So that's a movie that has a wide distribution. This is just a different copy of it. And it managed to secure its spot, not necessarily because of how excited I was over the movie itself, but because it is one that I don't own. So that helped to increase its spot on the list. And then the final movie that came this month was Devil May Call, and you won't see it coming because our protagonist is blind. A blind suicide hotline worker is stalked by a killer after she tells a caller that she will be quitting. So it's the one that I haven't heard of and don't know anything about, so naturally that puts it at my favorite spot because I like to discover new movies. Anyway, on eBay, I found this for around $8.22. I'm guessing that's the trending price. I didn't write it down, and it's been a little while. And on Amazon, you can get it for $13.99. So overall, I got a value range of about $24.14 to $43.90 for this particular pack. It is $19.99 per month, and that does include shipping. So on the high end, definitely over double the value, though I personally have it closer to the $28 to $30 range, just because some of the lower prices there's only going to be like one or two copies of, and raised a few dollars based on the fact that some people might be selling the movies that they got, bringing down the price a little bit. So I would put the value at it closer to 28 to 30 just for those reasons, which is like 50% more than you paid for, which is pretty good. Which is all right. I mean, so I enjoy opening these, and I enjoy seeing what they put in them. So I'll definitely be keeping this one around. So we will be seeing Horror Pack again next month. And that is all for this little unboxing mini review. So I enjoy opening these, and I enjoy seeing what they put in them. So I'll definitely be keeping this one around. So we will be seeing Horror Pack again next month. And that is all for this little unboxing mini review.